Life is a winding road.
Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Let's get started with DIY number 1. I'm going to make one of these wood wreaths that goes on the door. I lost my footage where I had stained the top and the bottom. All I did was tape it off, and I used a rag to stain that with the Waverly Antique Wax. It literally took like 2 minutes, and some reason I had the video turned off. So I have black chalkboard paint that I buy at Dollar General, and in the middle here where that's taped off, I just gave it 1 coat. I have a Chippy brush, one of those little Chippy brushes that are excellent for distressing. And I got this Gather sign. It's a metal sign from Hobby Lobby. I paid $2 for it when it was on the 50% off. And all I'm doing is just distressing around this with white Waverly paint. I waited so long for these little apple barrel Chippy brushes to come back in stock, and finally they're back in stock. I'm going to put them in the description box below in case you want some. I have some gorgeous peonies that I got from Amazon, and I'll put them in the description box too. They're only like $9 for a bunch, y'all. And I just cut every single one of those off with my pliers. My wire cutters. Cut every one of them off, and we are going to put these on the top. I'm sorry that I'm a little bit out of frame, but what I did was just put a couple on one side and a couple on the other side. And I am taking some of my bling, I guess that's what you would call it. It's the ribbon that comes from the Dollar Tree, and it looks like bling wrap, like the diamond bling wrap. And I just tied that around the middle part of it, and I am gluing that up at the top, my flowers that is. And then I just put a little bit of hot glue on the Gather sign and stick it right down in the middle. I think this is gorgeous. I love the colors too. It's very simple, very girly. It's kind of shabby chic. I love it. I got a couple different ribbons, and what I'm going to do is make like a little messy bow for the middle of the flowers. So what you do is just cut a whole bunch of the ribbon, and you just make X's is pretty much all we're going to do. I take a couple of my sheer ribbon, and then the different colored ribbon and the bling ribbon, and see, I'm just making X's. Then what I'm going to do is take that bling wrap, and I'm just going to tie it all together in the center. Then I'm just going to hot glue that right in the center of the flowers. And I felt like it needed something else, because after I got all this put together, I just felt like it needed something. So I got my little Totally Dazzled, one of my little jewels. I love my Totally Dazzled jewels. And I'm just going to stick this right in the center. That's why I love these jewels, because they're so easy and versatile. Guys, if y'all met my head, there it is. It's very large. It's got a lot of black hair. And like you to meet that, it's in a lot of my videos, apparently. Look, guys, this is gorgeous. Simple wreath, and very, very pretty, very elegant looking, very just shabby chic, simple, girly. I love it. And this color that I chose in these peonies are called Spring Pink, but they're an orangey, peachy color. They're not pink at all, but they're called Spring Pink. Look at that gorgeous Totally Dazzled jewel. I love it, love it. I'm going to put my little link for you guys to get your percentage off if y'all want some of the Totally Dazzled jewels. I'll put that in the description box too. I have a bunch of these wood rounds. I think they're 17 or 18 inches around. I get them off of Amazon too. I just love them. Look at this. Just very, very subtle distressing. How pretty that turned out. This was my very first craft that I made in my new craft studio. We are just starting to get our stuff moved in there. Like, we're pretty much finished with everything. We're just moving the shelves in there and all my goodies. And guys, I have like 2 or 3 roomfuls of stuff I've got to move out there. So it's been pretty busy. But I'm so excited and thankful to be getting out there and getting some room to move. All right, DIY number 2. I have some barnwood, some old barnwood, and I'm going to make a shelf. I had already, of course, lost the footage. I don't know what was going on this day, why I lost my footage, but I'm showing you I have 3 pieces of barnwood. And what you have to do is put something to hold it together, just like it's the same principle like when we put the popsicle sticks on the back of the Dollar Tree signs. So I have 3 pieces of wood, old barnwood, and I just take this one piece of wood across the back, and I put, I don't know, it looks like 5 or 6 screws in there to hold it together. I put a slat of wood right here that I'm putting the screws in right now. And then I also put one down on the bottom, and it's just to secure it and keep it all together. And I'm showing you how sturdy it is after you get, I'm showing you there's 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And down here I'm showing you, look how sturdy this is. I didn't realize you could actually see my face in this. I'm so embarrassed because I thought I was out of the frame, like my body. I thought I was out of the frame, but apparently I wasn't. I am right in the middle of it. And I'm showing you, there's the little shelves on the front. All they are is we just cut a piece of the barnwood off. And what I did was I held it with one hand, like I'm holding it right there. And you see, all I did was put 2 screws in the back of it. And I put the screws directly in. I'm showing you right now. I put the screws directly in like so while I was holding it with the other hand. And when I did that, it just held the little shelf on. So this shelf is about 3 foot tall. And it has 3 little like tiers, I guess if that's what you could call them, that what I'm pointing out right there. And it has a long shelf around the bottom. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm such a goofball. Like, don't judge me. It's been crazy trying to get stuff in that and doing my videos too. It's just been nuts. I left this part in there just because it's so, look at 1, 2, 3 pieces of wood. Done told you that, but I'm going to tell you again. And I'm saying 2 shelves, but there's actually 3 of those. I'm such a dork. No, there's not. There's 2 small ones and 1 long one. Okay, Kathy, looking great in your striped blue shirt. Okay, here I go again. 2 shelves, 1 shelf. Okay, Kathy, good job. Way to go. Okay, we left this moss on there on purpose because I think that's so cool. I mean, it's rustic, it's natural. You know, when barnwood is out, that's what it does. It gets the moss on it, and I just think that's the coolest thing ever. And we did the exact same thing to get that shelf on down there. I put 3 screws in the bottom. And I'm so sorry that I lost my footage, but I think I did a decent job kind of showing you and explaining. I'm such a dork. Explaining what I did there. So I got my Waverly white chalk paint, and what we're going to do is just very lightly distress this. My brush is absolutely dry. I get just a little bitty bit of the paint on there. And when I'm distressing something like this, I start off very lightly because I kind of want to see what I've got first. You know what I mean? I don't want to go wild and end up with total white barnwood because that's not what I was wanting. I just wanted to distress it just ever so slightly with that white paint. So then I started getting a little more because I thought, oh, okay, in some spots I like it better whenever I add a little extra, and then some spots not so much. I went over the shelves. I even went over that moss. See the moss there? I kind of dabbed it on the top of the moss, and this shelf, like pieces of it was flaking off everywhere because it's real true barnwood that was actually outside for many, many years. It was somebody's old fence. And my husband just finds this stuff from people. Like he's an electrician, so he was doing a job for somebody, and the guy had tons of barnwood, and he was like, my wife keeps everybody's junk if you'll let me have it. So we got it, but look what I made out of it. This gorgeous shelf, and I stuck my little books that I made in the last video, and everyone corrected me and told me that was not a buffalo. It's called a Highland cow. I have been seeing those things everywhere. Like lately they've become really popular, and they're kind of the in thing right now. I just think they're gorgeous.
Even if the sky is falling down.
And I had to show y'all this. Right outside the window, there's the girls out there. There's Penny Pio, Miss Penny, sitting there eating. I guess she's eating grass. I don't know. She's looking at us like, huh? What you doing, girl? And then the other one's just like worried about a worm or something. I have no idea. That's my girls. I love my girls. So look at this barnwood, y'all. Look at that. It's just like in some spots it's light, some spots it's a little bit darker. And when I dry brushed it, it just grabbed all those high points, just grabbed that paint. It's beautiful. My husband found these little vases the other day at Walmart for 97 cents a piece, by the way. There's the small one there and the taller one, and they were all 97 cents. He came home with like 4. I think I've trained my poor husband that everywhere he goes, he starts looking for bargains now. And like he goes to thrift stores when he goes out of town to work. He'll go to thrift stores for me, Dollar Trees. I have a good fella that helps me out with stuff like that. And I think I've trained him on what to look for. But I just love it. I think this is gorgeous. This is so stinking cute. I can't stand it. Look at that. I just think it's amazing how you can take something that's just people's junk. Like they were going to throw this fence away, this barnwood away. And I was like, dude, what? You're not going to throw that away. Not on my watch, you're not. So I brought it home, and look what I got. I'm so thankful, y'all. So today I am collabing with Miss Fanny. Isn't she cute? She is a spicy Latina, and she is adorable, and her channel is Creations by Favi. If you guys haven't went to her channel yet, please go when y'all finish watching my video. I'm going to leave her link in the description box below. This is what her channel looks like. I love her. She is amazing, y'all. Let's go into DIY number 3. I found this clock the other day at my local thrift store, and I know that you guys remember a few months ago I redid a clock and everybody absolutely loved it. So I'm going to redo this one. It has like an old 80s theme going on. We're going to change that. I got some agave, which is this light bluish green color, teal color kind of, from Waverly. Beautiful, beautiful color. And I don't use a whole lot of bright colors like this, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. I've never painted with this color before, believe it or not. Now, this clock did beautifully. All I did was use my little Chippy brush because I wanted to not like give it a full coat of paint, but do a real thick distressing on it. It had like all these roses and flowers carved into it, and I wanted to run that paint over it and make them pop. So that's exactly what I did. And I did, like I said, just a real thick distressing. I didn't really like saturate it with paint or anything. This thing turned out beautiful, y'all. This video is not going to be very long because of the simple fact that I had several videos coming out this week. I have a big project coming out next Tuesday, June the 1st. You guys cannot miss it. And so that I'm excited about that. And I'm moving in the she shed craft room, and that's taking everything out of me, like trying to get everything moved out there. And plus, we were still doing the finishing touches on it. So I just made a quick video. I wanted to do my collab with Miss Fanny. I just adore her. She is the sweetest person, you guys, and she does a lot of farmhouse. She can take like jute twine, like the kind that you know, Dollar Tree jute twine, and like make a statue or something. She's amazing when it comes to the jute twine. She has a challenge every month called Twine It Up, and it's a open playlist, which means any of us DIYers can join and put our video in, and we have to incorporate jute twine in our craft. And it's really cool, some of the stuff that woman comes up with. It's amazing. Okay, after I got my blue to where I liked it, I wanted to do just a little bit of the Waverly white. I'm using that same little chippy brush. I'm just hitting those, especially the flowers, like the high points. Anything that's a high point, I hit it, and it just distressed so beautifully, y'all. Like this, the pictures here don't even do it justice. I just wish y'all could see like all the little nooks and crannies, how it caught the paint. It was just gorgeous. I hope everyone had a good week, a good prosperous week, and everybody's healthy and happy and safe. I want to thank one special subscriber, and you know who you are, sent me that big old huge whopping box of craft stash goodies, and oh my gosh, it brought a tear to my eye when you sent me that. We call it Happy Mail. That's what the crafters call it, Happy Mail. You know, because any kind of present or anything like that, of course you're happy when you get it. I was tickled to death. Like, I was grinning like a possum eating a sawbriar. It was full of all kinds of stuff. There was remnants of fabric in there. There was just all kinds of little doohickeys and stuff in there. It just tickled me to death, y'all. But it really did bring a tear to my eye, to be honest with you. For people that don't even, like, really personally know me, it just amazes me, the love and generosity of you guys. And I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. I just want you to know that. Our channel is almost at 5,000, y'all. I can't believe it. So, help me get there. Like, let some friends and family know about me. Tell them to come watch me. Tell them, hey, come watch this old hillbilly crafter that I know. Maybe they'll get a kick out of old Henrietta. Now, this jar that I've got right here, I did the exact same thing that I did with that clock. I hit all the high points. If you saw it the first, it was brown. I hit all the high points with that agave color, and then I went over it with my white. The exact same method that I did the other. I wanted these in my new craft room, and I just wanted something that's going to have a little bit of color to it. That's why I chose the flowers that had that peachy color, and then this agave color. I think they look good together. I think they're beautiful colors for summer, and I'm tickled pink. I'm going to use this little jar just to put little whatnots in, little doohickeys in, probably like tacks or something. And when I was finished on the top of the jar, I felt like I put too much of the agave, so what I did was just took my dry rag and wiped it off. And that's another distressing method, you know. It's like dry rubbing. You rub it off of there, you know, whatever you don't want. And it kind of left like little streaks all in it. It really turned out beautiful. But, you know, I tell you guys all the time, anything that has raised points on it, like this jar and like that clock, it turns out beautiful. It doesn't matter. It's just so look how pretty that is. That is just stinking adorable. All of the crafts that I made on today's video are all going to go up in my new craft studio. And now here's a little bit of my progress. Here is the she shed so far from the outside. On the bottom part right there, we are actually, the bottom part that has the home wrap on it, we're putting rock there. So it's going to have rock on the bottom of it. And I got me some ferns yesterday and hung those up. I'm really happy about those. And as always, the girls are here to cut the ribbon with me. Seriously. And Sabby. Come here, Sabby. Oh, he's doing his business. Okay, figures. And the girls are just making sure he does it right. Okay, so, yes, it looks so good. I'm so excited about this. But I wanted to show you my little entrance right here. The girls are always on the front porch. Here's my porch. We're going to chill out on the porch. I'm going to get me some rockers. We have started making little flower baskets right here, but we're going to actually make them wooden boxes because I didn't really like the way those look. But for right now, we still got the same thing. We got this going on, and I put my little gather sign right there. These are my shelves. I've got one more shelf to cut and put right there. So I'm going to have, all this is going to be shelves, and all this is going to be shelves too. And all this is going to be area like where I take my pictures for y'all. And then this, my desk is going to start right here where that one is and go all the way around to right there because I need a big old desk. And this is what I just now finished, guys, and showed you. That's gorgeous. And I have another one that's just, this one has 3 boards on it. I have one that has 2 boards, and it's going to go on that side. So, yeah. It's going to look really good. I've been trying to work in here a little bit, but it's kind of tough working in here because I'm running back to the house, back and forth and stuff. So anyway, love y'all. Guys, I really hate to leave you, but you know what time it is. Time for me to get my big tail back in that craft room and get to work.
Oh, you're so funny.